Saskatchewan, in Manhattan, in Manitoba, in Outer Mongolia, in Maya Bridge, in Ballyholden, in Warrenpoint. And coming shortly, we will be talking about Warrenpoint, the kind of pride that there is in Warrenpoint, the busyness of the place, and how important it is for Warrenpoint to keep going forward in spite of setbacks or apparent setbacks, and the importance of shopping local and having a great pride in that whole shopping local thing. So we'll be hearing about that at 9 o'clock. With me now is Tom Hughes from an establishment that says we have a mission for great nutrition. That's the thing that's been said there. And we're talking about the Well Fit Cafe, Tom.
We are indeed, Rowan. Thanks very much for having me in.
You're welcome. We talked at the beginning of this, well, not quite when it was a twinkle in your eye, but very close to the time of the thing happening and getting on stream. And you've been in operation now down on the Warrenpoint Road for how long?
Yeah, this is 2 weeks today, Rowan. 2 weeks today.
Just 2 weeks, yeah. 2 weeks. And
I
dropped in yesterday. I was encouraged to go down to it. Francis, have a seat here in the chair and make yourself I'm just greeting my Warrenpoint people and making sure they're at ease. Very important to keep Warrenpoint people at ease.
It is indeed.
Because it's like Cork. They say about Cork, everyone, there's two kinds of people: those who come from Cork or those who wish they came from Cork. And it's like Warrenpoint. Two types of people: those from Warrenpoint and those who wish they came from Warrenpoint. And a fellow like me, Tom, I'm just a blow in there.
Exactly.
So I have
I'm
to
the
behave
same.
myself.
I'm probably in the second category.
No, the food. Your food at the Well Fit Cafe. It's some very, very attractive images have been appearing on Facebook, and people. I went down there yesterday just to get it. It's Spartan. It's clean cut. It's sharp, and there's bikes tethered outside, so to speak, and people are having their food, and they're also having showers. How is that end of it working out?
It's worked really well, very well indeed. Yeah, we've 4 shower units in total, and on some days there's been a waiting list to get in.
Really?
So,
and it's not people will take the trouble to use the shower facility.
Yeah, certainly. Yeah, it's very useful. We get people that go and train from the cafe. So a group of 3 or 4 people,
and they're coming back
with their bikes. Off they go, do the circuit, go up the coast, which is a common training route anyway. Then come back, get cleaned up, get a great bite to eat, and on their way again. That was the whole idea of the thing.
So it brings training to a whole new level, because you've got a pit stop halfway through it.
Exactly. And that was my own experience, is when you're out on your bike, particularly if you get caught in bad weather, you maybe want to change out of your wet things and everything. So we're not just for the local people, but also people that are coming from outside the area, like mountain bikers, for example. Where if you're up on the slopes for a few hours, especially in the heat we have here, and you're maybe coming from Wicklow or somewhere like that, where a lot of people are coming from down south to go to Kilbroney.
And do you have a hose pipe outside for fellows who are mere mortals and not titans like your cyclists and whatever, so they can start, they can be you're not getting in, you're not a gold medalist, you're staying there. We'll hose you down, it'll only cost you 26 cents.
There is a hose pipe outside for the horse.
Oh, dear.
What we need is a trough.
I think so.
I think so. For the old horse?
No, you got people taking baths as well as showers. Then, for goodness' sake, you couldn't be having that sort of carry on.
Be like the Western with the old soap and job outside.
Absolutely.
No, it's gone really, really well, and it'll go more. We've got one personal trainer who's starting to use our place as a base for his running activities.
Excellent.
So he can take his clients there.
Yeah.
Base the training from that place. Off he goes, does his run, come back, everybody cleaned up. Hopefully they grab a bite to eat, and that works well.
But Tom, you don't want people to believe that it's only for athletes.
Definitely
because your wider mission, it's a mission for great nutrition.
Yeah.
And that applies to everybody.
It does. It's basically a healthy alternative to your ordinary takeaway. Like something I'm going to post this week on Facebook is basically our food is often just a standard dish, just done in a different way. So you take our burger and chips, for example.
I wouldn't even have thought you would have had burger and chips on your menu.
We've got a burger and chips on our menu.
So what makes your burger and chips better?
Basically, we use, in our burger, we use extra lean mince. We actually fill it out with carrot and mushroom.
The mince, so carrot and mushroom is in the burger.
Is in the burger.
Yeah.
That basically brings the calorie count down in the burger. Makes less fat in it. And then we use a wholemeal roll. That's obviously better for your fibre intake, and it's a low GI food, so you feel more full up from eating that than an ordinary one.
I suppose the great question I have to ask you about burgers, and it has been tormenting mankind since the invention of the sandwich, and it could be the question about the sandwich as well as the burger, and it's this: does the burger or the sandwich always need the top of the bap? Do you need the top on it?
No, you don't. Not at all. We actually got open sandwiches on the menu.
Wow, that makes sense.
That's from, I spent a lot of time up in Nordic countries.
Yeah.
And that's the way they have their sandwiches. That's their standard way of serving them. So they don't have the two pieces of bread.
Yeah.
So no, you don't need the two.
I'm glad that you said that.
In fact, we get a lot of people ordering the burger without the bap.
Without the bap. Without the bap.
Without the bap.
But you see, if it were me, because I'm a parsimonious sort of fellow, what I would do, I'd say, I'll have the burger, the bap. I'll have the burger, and please, could I have the bap to take away for Monday's dinner? You could put.
You could indeed. Anything for the customer. We'll do that.
Yeah. So it's been a busy time, and what's the ambience there? Tell us about. You're open from breakfast through.
Yeah, 7:30 till 10 o'clock. The ambience we're going for and we're achieving so far, it's just somewhere you can basically relax, chill out. That's the bench style seats we have in there. Yeah. So you can go in there. We've got all kinds of people. We've got business people in for lunch. We've got a lot of kids actually, because we've got good facilities for small children. So we've high chairs and baby changing facilities. Which actually on Facebook some people are surprised we have such good facilities for that. We've even got custom made colouring material for the children, which we have specially designed for WellFit. We've got details like we don't use ordinary crayons for the kids, because with my own experience of 3 kids of my own,
they eat them.
But they get the big thick crayon and the kids hate them, so we got these little twistables, so the kids they're always sharp for the kids to use. Kids love the food as well, which I would admit myself, I'm really pleasantly surprised about that, with a lot of positive feedback.
You see, I would have thought, and this is where I wonder about it, and I scratch my head. Nowadays, with the way the economy is, if you're going to open a cafe, a well-fit cafe, call it whatever you want to call it, in order to make a go of it commercially and economically, you need to be as all-embracing as possible. Not saying this is very special food, this is blah blah, this is food that's very nutritious, and you eat this because our BAPs have got, our burgers have
better this,
better that. I would almost think you'd be lassoing everybody and everything, but you're not. You're very specialist.
Yeah, but it is the type of food we're at is very different. That from a commercial perspective, that was the idea. I didn't see the point in opening up just another restaurant. What's different about you? What new are you bringing to the market? So we are bringing a whole healthy angle on the food side. But we've got all kinds of ages and demographics coming in, and that's exactly what we want. It's not an elitist place where you need to be a competitive athlete to eat there. We've got lots of pensioners. We've got people with small children. It really is an all-encompassing atmosphere where basically anyone can feel comfortable.
And I suppose the harvest now is that people are increasingly aware of the need to eat properly. You are what you eat.
Definitely. And with obesity being such an epidemic as it is, and that's an all-encompassing issue, so it's not just affecting one section of society, it's particularly an issue for children, for example.
Oh, I see the fat little gits being ferried around in the back of the 4x4.
Yeah.
Here, Charlie, eat up your crisps! Chaps will be at school in a moment. You know, for God's sake, you know.
Oh God!
Mum and baby in the four-track.
Older than my years. Remember, I had to walk a few miles to go to school.
Of course you
every
hadn't.
day.
I was in the bare feet going to school, I tell you.
You have to bring a sort of turf with you.
I did, well, yeah, but Mum and Dad give me a map which was for County Kerry to make sure that I wouldn't get home again. I wouldn't have to bother with me anymore. You know, God
Changing the
almighty.
locks.
Yeah, that happened.
But
you know.
no. So from that perspective, I don't see it as a niche market. Basically, everybody's concerned about getting more healthy.
Yeah, that's the point I was making. Yeah, it seems
and it's
that
very
way.
difficult for people on short time, busy lifestyles to find the time to cook the things themselves. It's not, and some people are scared of cooking as well, which is another subject. But just to make it easier for people to eat well, that's what we're about.
And is it possible that in getting the graw for it at Wellfit, they'll go home and transport that into their own kitchen and try to do things better at home?
Sincerely hope so. And if they don't want to eat it in the restaurant, they can always take it away with them.
Yeah, or learn how to do it.
That's another thing that part of the business we're going to promote over the next few weeks is the takeaway side.
What about if I land on my feet and I've got a beautiful woman on my arm?
You probably have already, Ron. I'd be surprised if you don't.
Well, wouldn't you just? But I'm just wondering about romantic evenings at Wellfit. Would there be the possibility of a candlelight dinner there? Could I say to a woman, how would you like to come with me to the Wellfit Cafe and we'll have dinner, and then it'll be your tent or mine? Oh no, that's at that fair that you go to in England, Glastonbury.
Yeah, well, you know, in my younger years.
My darling, your tent or mine.
Exactly.
And either way, my love for you will be intense.
It will be intense, and it'll be warm in the morning. But you know, it's a very, I don't know, our evening offer, I wouldn't say is the candlelit dinner, to be frank. No. But it is somewhere you can go after you've done some activities or whatever. of whatever type.
I think we should move away from this area immediately.
How did we turn Wellfit so risque?
Yeah, Wellfit. So listen, you're on a mission for great nutrition. It's going well.
Yeah, going very, very well. And so we're going to see how things go for the next couple of months, and hopefully in the October time we'll be looking at doing another unit in another location. So
nice people down there too. The two young people who were serving yesterday, they greeted me lovely, and the place I would sort of put it there beside at the moment would be the Grounded of this world, and you go in and you're sort of you're engaged with.
I would say, you know, in terms of ambience, I'd definitely pay tribute to Grounded as a local business.
Of course.
It's got a great chilled out atmosphere.
Absolutely.
That's very difficult to achieve while still being a professionally run establishment. So I would agree with you 100%.
And you have people like, you know, I just see that Pat Courtney, he's opening another place down the way. Good reputation, good local business family, doing well and caring well. Yeah. So we're coming down with excellence.
Nuri's definitely coming on, and we're glad to be contributing. I just want to say to the team down at Wellfit, really well done so far.
Wow.
Great bunch of people.
Here. And I noticed that yesterday. I went in and stood like a zombie looking around, just taking it all in yesterday.
There's a lot to take in.
And just look, and they said, the lad behind the counter says, "Sir, may I help you?" It wasn't, "What are you looking at?" You know, "What do you think you're looking at?" I said, "Tell the skipper here."
Cheers, Rowan.
God bless you. Go well. Take care. All the best. We'll see you down there. Not at all. Okay, Sean, we'll have some music and Warren Points coming.